He will be back at Death Valley to watch number 7 Clemson play Georgia Tech and to be recognized during a pre-game ceremony. Ford led the Tigers to their first national championship in program history in 1981. When he is inducted into the Hall of Fame, he is set to be joined by South Carolina legend Steve Spurrier and former Mount Union coach Larry Kehrs. Ford, 69, won the national championship when he was 33 years, 7 months and 30 days old, making him the youngest coach to win the national championship. He finished his Clemson career with 96-29-4 record and becomes the 4th Tigers head coach to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. John Heisman, Jazz Neely and Frank Howard are all already in as coaches, while Banks McFadden, Terry Kinnard and Jeff Davis were inducted as players. Marcus Edmond on the mend, other injuries. Clemson cornerback Marcus Edmond is making progress in his effort to get back in the lineup. Edmond has been out since week 2 against Auburn with a foot sprain requiring weeks of recovery. This week, Edmond was back in practice, actually participating in some capacity, but he will not play against Georgia Tech. According to Clemson's injury report, his fellow cornerback, Mark Fields, is also out with a foot injury and safety Nolan Turner is out in concussion protocol. That leaves Clemson's secondary thinner than usual heading into Saturday, though Swinney is encouraged about Edmond moving forward. Marcus Edmond is back in practice, Dabo Swinney said. That's been really good. He's in green, which means you are back in practice, but we still got you on a little bit of a limited capacity. He hasn't been at practice. He's been in yellow, which means you are just with the strength coaches and trainers the whole time and doing rehab type stuff. He is much better and I think a lot closer to getting back full time. He's a guy that I think can really help us. Hopefully, we can get him back for the stretch run here. Georgia Tech leads series. Clemson has a 13-6 advantage in the series with Georgia Tech at home, and the Tigers have won the last 4 in a row, but historically, the Yellow Jackets have a major upper hand on the Tigers. Georgia Tech owns the overall series 52-29-2. Since Georgia Tech joined the ACC, that number has become more even. Clemson leads 18-17 overall since the Yellow Jackets became an ACC foe. Elite at home. Clemson had its major struggles on the road against Syracuse on October 13, but now the Tigers return to the confines of Memorial Stadium after a bye week, where they have won 43 of their last 46 home games. Renfrow and Georgia Tech. Clemson's leading receiver, Hunter Renfrow, did not play against Georgia Tech a season ago in Atlanta because of a hand injury. Healthy now, Renfrow leads Clemson in receiving yards with 346 for the season, but does not have a receiving touchdown yet this season.